Sister makes fun of my husband's profession, calling him ladylike and womanly for doing what he does. So I remind her in front of the entire family of how his ladylike profession is paying for her bills while her deadbeat ex-husband is paying off his gambling debt. My husband and I have been happily married for several years now. We share a beautiful daughter who's brought so much joy into our lives. My husband has always been passionate about gaming, and long before we even met, he had started his own YouTube channel dedicated to it. Back then, however, his channel was quite small, and he had only a handful of subscribers. At that time, he was also working a regular 9-to-5 job, which provided stability while he pursued his hobby on the side. He never let go of his love for gaming, but YouTube was more of a passion project than a serious source of income. Things took a difficult turn when COVID-19 hit, and like so many others, he lost his job when the company he worked for shut down. It was an incredibly stressful time for both of us, especially since I was pregnant, and suddenly I was the only one bringing in money. He was devastated, since losing his job wasn't just about income, it also affected his confidence and sense of security. Despite the emotional toll, he didn't give up. While he actively applied for new jobs, he also decided to put all his energy and focus into growing his YouTube channel. His dedication and hard work eventually paid off. Slowly but surely, his channel started gaining more subscribers, and before long, it became a real source of income. The same passion that had once been just a hobby turned into something that helped support our family. It wasn't an easy journey, but looking back, I admire his determination and resilience. After I gave birth to our daughter, my husband made a big decision. He chose to become a full-time YouTuber while also taking on the role of a stay-at-home dad. Since his work mainly involved gaming and creating content from home, it made sense for him to also be the primary caregiver for our daughter. He was already going to be home most of the day, so rather than hiring outside help, he decided to take on the responsibility of looking after her himself. I have to say, this arrangement has worked out really well for us. My husband is an incredibly involved and hands-on father. He doesn't just watch our daughter, he also actively engages with her, plays with her, and takes care of her needs. At the same time, his YouTube channel has continued to grow, bringing in more opportunities and income. Meanwhile, I also contribute financially and make sure to do my share of household chores so that we have a good balance in our relationship. One of the most exciting things about his success is that it has allowed us to do things we once only dreamed of. Because of his channel, we've been able to travel internationally multiple times, exploring new places together and creating amazing memories. It's something we always wanted to do, but before, it felt like more of a distant goal. On top of that, he helped me pay off my education loan, which was a huge burden lifted off my shoulders. Last year, we even moved into a new home, something that felt like a major milestone for our family. Looking at where we are now, I truly have no complaints. However, not everyone sees our life the way I do, especially my sister. She has very strong opinions about my husband's role as a stay-at-home dad and full-time YouTuber, and let's just say they aren't exactly positive. To give some background, my sister's life has been quite different from mine. She dropped out of college at a young age and made the impulsive decision to run away and marry the love of her life at the time. She was convinced she had found her happily ever after, but things didn't turn out the way she had hoped. Her husband got her pregnant, but instead of stepping up as a father, he pressured her to terminate the pregnancy. She refused, choosing to keep the baby, and that decision changed her life completely. Now she's a single mother raising twin children on her own. Her ex has completely abandoned his responsibilities and barely contributes anything to their upbringing. He claims he can't afford to pay child support